of all the work that you did there, is there one piece of advice you would give to the audience? So when how do you choose the vendor, or was it an economic decision? Was it something you said, well, we don't want to buy the software because we don't have the expertise in-house to manage it ourselves, or like what would you tell somebody who's never done it before, who wants to take that first step?
Well, I would say it's not just a financial decision. I think finding that solution that fits best with your company and what you're already doing, and also with the what you expect your level of service to be that your client needs. So we did have several vendors that we talked to, and they all had solutions. We found the one that fit best for us and was scalable, so that we could get our toe in the water, and then it would grow with us. So we chose a web-based platform rather than buying software or trying to build it out ourselves. And so that was what worked best for us.
Okay, great. All right. Well, Shelley, thank you so much. That was very valuable insight. I'm sure people can learn something from that. And thank you again for joining International Print Day 2023.
I will say probably the part about if you're asking about tripped us up when we were with the past platform, everything we kept crossing against was our team feeling confident in selling it, because they wanted to make sure that if they told their customer that it did this and that it was going to give them these results, that it happened, because there's nothing worse than promising something that you can't deliver on. And we at Kessler do not like to do that. So, and my sales team was like, they walk cautiously, because they said, we have to make sure that if we tell our client that it's going to work, that it's going to work. And so, and I say that we were with that other platform for a couple of years, and we tested a lot of different things, but they never felt overly confident to be able to full force sell it. And I think with the latest company that we've been talking to, they feel more confident because they've got the support that they need, and that organization can tell us too, well, these here's proven track record of how that works for this type of industry, and we'll help you with it and make sure and guide you so that what you're selling to your customer is what they're going to get.
All right. Well, if you had one bit of advice to leave the audience with, for most of these people who are listening now are printers. They might be printers and mailers. They might be commercial. They might be transaction processors who print bills. Like what would you say about handling the offline and online world that is just one nugget of advice that you would give them?
Well, I think the main advice comes back to, if you're doing this for business purposes, understanding your desired outcomes and how to measure them is the most important thing, right? We wouldn't fly a plane without some flight controls and knowing where we want to go. And I think a lot of times digital, again, is very appealing because it gives you lots of numbers, clicks and click-throughs and all sorts of stuff. But ultimately, you have to figure out for your type of business, are you trying to get people to buy something online, come into a store, redeem a coupon, sign up for something, opt in for something? There's so many different business objectives, and making sure that you know how you're going to measure for them before you get off onto some flight of fancy with new technology. And so there's a lot of great ways to do things, but I think that my best advice is begin with the end in mind, figure out how you're going to measure your way to get there, and that'll give you a benchmark to rapidly fail quickly to get to the desired outcome.
That's great advice. Yep. Always have the business need. Don't chase the technology just for the sake of chasing the technology or so on. Yeah, that's great advice.